UNESCO Remote Radio Week 2021. Get ready for a week devoted to helping radio stations broadcast remotely.
Remote Radio Week. Welcome to Bruno Giulielminetti. Not easy to pronounce. You are covering technology since '95. We know each other because we had you had a Mon Carnet, which is a weekly newscast that you have for 5 years now, and we talked about different aspects of podcasting, of radio. So you're also a radio and podcast enthusiast.
Oh yeah, and I've been producing radio shows for the French Radio Canada here in Montreal for the last 23 years. So.
Well, that's not bad.
That's not too bad.
Not too bad.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're very happy to have you because we have that week that is targeted towards community radio station everywhere in the world. And I honestly, you can go and see all the speakers list everywhere in the world. A lot of radio stations are struggling with crisis, not only a pandemic crisis, but a lot of other crises, and I have problems with electricity, with internet connections, and we know that internet is very important. And today, the topic is to try to talk about cybersecurity and data privacy, which is we don't really know where our data is and where and how we can secure when we are using WhatsApp, when we are using Google Drive, and all those things. And I was saying I have to talk to Bruno because Bruno is just everywhere. He knows a lot of things and he's got a big experience on that. So let's share some things together for all those stations that wonder. Do they have to wonder?
Oh, they have to worry. Because when you're talking about cybersecurity or security with the material that you're using to do radio shows, basically it's not a question of if something happened, but it's more like when things will be happening. Because everybody has to struggle with it. Will be an attack, a digital attack on your main installation? Will it be something that you will be transferring from a phone or a computer to your system? Will it be somebody who will be answering or opening an email and then poof, just opening an awful door to the worst nightmare that you will find? And it's funny because when I was listening to your introduction, I was thinking at the same time, 50 years ago, it was so simple to do radio. You only needed a little microphone, a little studio, electricity, and then an antenna, and then you would be on air. But now, in a way, it's simpler to do radio because you don't have to invest that much money, and you're able to provide some material and a programmation. But at the same time, there's so much more tools that we are using. What on one side is easing the process of producing radio shows, but at the same time, it's more ways that you can have problem.
We're really into the cloud radio and the cloud business, which is in a sense simpler because you don't need to buy a computer. You need to have a screen and basically that's it. And you don't need to have a lot of equipment because everything is soft. Well, it's hard somewhere. Because the cloud is someone else's computer. So that means also that all those data, how dangerous it is when you're a small station and you're using WhatsApp. Do you have some tricks or some things that radio station could they have to watch out about some specific things regarding all those data that are circulating?
Well, first of all, for in any case, being a radio station, a journalist, a host, working with electronic tool, I always tell them to make sure that at least once a week they shut the system down. Obviously not the radio station, but their computer, their telephone, their electronic recorder, just to make sure that if there's something that's working or listening to them or hiding in behind, well, at that time it'll be stopped. And then when you restart the thing, it won't be working at all. So that would one way.
That's a good trick. Yeah,
that would be when we are providing.
Well, it's true that we never stop our phones.
No, No. And because we keep it open because I don't know, it's fear of missing a phone call. But I mean, providing that kind of security is just you shutting it down 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and then you're opening up, and that's it. And you'll have some peace of mind. But then after that, you have to. It's a little bit like sharing information. In Canada, when you're talking to a journalist, it's always the rule of two sources. Well, when you're getting some information from somebody that you don't know, by email, by audio file, or some that sort of digital files, just make sure that you know who those person are. Do some background check before opening that file, opening that
Yeah,
email.
don't click on
No.
files in emails because you see that it's an XL something. It looks like an Excel file, and then boom, you get
And you're
something.
just starting havoc with that.
And it's often when you're on Windows more than on Macintosh. But it's true that most of the radio stations today, community radio stations, are on Windows and sometimes in some other operating systems. Is there some systems that are less dangerous than others?
No, you were mentioning that it's more in Windows than a Mac, but even on Mac, I mean, there have been stories where people were, well, they fell victim of it. So just keep in mind that you have to be sure that that person, and even if you know, and just to complete my sentence, even if you know the person who has sent you that file, make sure that that person really sent you that file. You'll see often if somebody gets a virus on their computer, well, the virus will automatically, and it works in the case where it's an attack, but the thing on the machine will just broadcast himself to other venues. So basically, we'll take his contact list and communicate with all those people on behalf of that person. So let's say that, Philip, you have a viruses on your computer, which is not the case today. Across my finger. Well, you would be sending me a file attached to an email saying, hey, this is the interview or the sound clip that I was telling you about, or is it you that I'm listening, that I'm hearing the voice of? And then obviously I will be curious and click on it because I know that it's coming from Philippe Chabot, and I know it. So I'll be confident to open it. Well, I mean, if you were a victim and I've opened it, not checking before that you really sent me that file, I could be opening something that could basically attack my system.
So the problem when you're in the radio and you're a technician is you need to and you talked about it just earlier, the fact that it changed a lot, and now you being a technician is not enough. You need to be an IP technician because to set up a virus on your computer, to know what port is open, is not open, they can go through a printer, they can go through a lot of different. When you have internet, if you don't have internet, well, then it's easier. You just
I mean, of that. You could be doing an interview via WhatsApp or Google Meet on a laptop, so you see your guest, but that laptop is also connected to the console, which is a digital console because it's cheaper to get. And well, basically, means that's the little trip that the virus will take. It will arrive from somewhere and then find its way to the console and just stopping the console to work.
Well, that's a lot of small little things. Just so to be concrete, do not open files or any file that is coming from people you don't know and you're not sure of. That's the first advice we could give. And then if you can use. Shut down your phone or your computer regularly, and usually there's updates, so it's maybe good to do all those security updates when you have access to internet, which is not always the case. Do some backup on another computer or on a hard drive, which is external hard drive, so that you don't lose everything you have. And then, well, some are lucky, some are less lucky, and you can't control totally all your digital life, that's for sure.
And as they say, with all those things, if you are doing them, you'll be better than sorry.
Yeah,
you'll be better safe than sorry.
Yeah. Bruno, thank you very much. If people are interested in talk French, you can go and listen to Mon Carnet, who is a weekly newscast, and you can of course follow Bruno on Twitter and on a lot of other social networks. Thank you very much, Bruno, for those tips and your experience and your expertise on cybersecurity and datas. And hope to see you in real life one day, because we're far from each other. Quebec and France and all the other are far away, and it's always nice to gather sometimes. So hopefully we'll do that one day.
Well, thanks for having me, Philip, and nice job with that broadcast. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.